Right, so far sort of so good, I'm not sure. Exhaust is off. This is the end of my exhaust at the moment. With a baffle in, I don't know how much that I'm going to do. I'm going to put a flap on the end of that and just put the tripod up. Oh yeah, got to have the beer. I haven't got to have the beer, I'm not alky, not yet, working on it. I'm going to put something similar to this on the end here, because that's got a bend in it, it won't fit in my straight exhaust, so that's no good. So yeah, this baffle will end up with something like that on the end, probably shorten the holes. That was still too loud on its own. So as I say, I'm going to shorten the length of these stays, these bits here, and bring this end cap closer, which should give me the back pressure I need and hopefully quieten it down a bit. If not, it's got holes in the end as well, so I could plug a few of them, but overall it fits beautifully in there. Let's get a torch. So yeah, beautifully in there, like that, and the outside don't look too bad. That will possibly end up with, at worst, one of these to hold it on, to clamp it on, something like that. But then it's got that big screw running through it down the bottom here, which takes away the lines, so it might end up being a temporary measure until I can think of something better. I have got a strap I made to go round it to bolt in place, but I've ordered a bigger one of these because that's as big as that one goes. I've ordered a bigger one of those, so it will go round this bit of the exhaust. There, that would end up then looking something like that. Obviously that goldy bit be trimmed off, and the fluty bits I've put, these bits here I put in the stainless to be able to bend it back. Don't look too bad from the back, they sort of add an effect if you like, but I can't get that tight enough to bolt it on, and that's the biggest that goes. So this will go around this, but not this and this, if that makes sense. So I've ordered a bigger one of them to try and clamp it up and then get some bolts through this down the bottom, so that's on nice and tight. And then the baffle has its own bolt hole, you'll have to take my word for it, has its own bolt hole, there you go, in the side, and this does in the edge there, so that bolts together quite nicely. So if that's quiet enough, which I don't think it's going to be, all well and good. So I'm just waiting on the bigger one of these to turn up and see if I can clamp my strap down, my strap on down, and see how tidy that looks. So that's future. Tonight's little escapade is to, hang on a minute, Right, as I was trying to say, tonight's little mini project is to clean all that shit off, or the worst of it, and get them old exhaust gaskets out, ready for the exhaust to go back on, and to change a little blue expansion tank Spider-Man bottle with a black one. You'd laugh, but they're really hard to find, black ones. So I've struggled with that, but I found it, you'll be pleased to know. So yeah, black one of them to go on, and to check my wiring up in the bowels up here, because when I was heating the exhaust up to take it off, some of the outer casing got a little bit crisp. So I just want to check the inner wires to make sure they're all right. So yeah, that's tonight's little project. So first of all, I think I'll deal with the exhaust gaskets. Oh, that was difficult. That doesn't look anything like what I've ordered. Uh-oh. So anyway, I'll take them four out, give that a bit of a clean, and come back and let you have a look. Yeah. Bit of WD-40, I think, to get the worst of it off, and then perhaps Autosol. Give it a clean. It's never going to be a show bike, but that is a bit pig horrible, especially as I'm going to paint the exhaust to tidy that up. So I thought I'd give it a quick scrub. I'm more one to ride the bikes than clean the bikes. So yeah, quick clean on that. Exhaust gaskets out, change my bottle over, check my wiring. Sorted. Right, so after about an hour and a half of scrubbing with WD-40 to get the worst of the oil and shit off, and Autosol, I've managed to do that bit there. That bit there. And it definitely looks a whole lot better. It's never going to be perfect because it's me doing it, but definitely looks better than that over there. That's for sure. So there you go. There's one evening's work. Hour and a half for a, not even a foot square section. But it's coming on. I'm waiting for bits for the exhaust. Got my coolant now, so the rad's ready to go back in, but I really need some paint to do the rad. As you can see, the edges are peeled right off, so that needs rubbing back and painting as well while it's off. As I've always said, one job just turns into several. And yeah, that should be fun, cleaning that up. If it will clean up. It was fairly solid. But we'll see. Can but try. We get the soft brass brush. All this disky thing here. See what that fucking does to it. Oh, swearing, sorry. Yeah, so there you go. Let's say hour and a half. Looks a lot better. But a long way to go. Update you later. Ride safe.